What happened to SunnyV2? Honestly, what did happen? I haven't seen a video from him in a while. What did you guys say? Like maybe 2-3 months ago was his last video? And I didn't even watch that one. Did I? I don't think I did. What happened? Where's SunnyV2? Has the Internet Anarchist eaten him up? Is that what's going on? Has he been absorbed? Because I do actually like SunnyV2's videos.
So, SunnyV2, someone most people know.
Not VTube. What do you... Royalty is here is obsessed with VTubers at this point. You can't deny it.
If not, I don't know which rock in the Dune universe you've been under, but SunnyV2 is a content creator that is unfortunately Australian.
Okay.
That makes short documentary style videos about certain subjects, and someone that has had a huge impact on YouTube as a whole. I personally like to call it the sunnification of YouTube, where many other content creators like Internet Anarchist, who must have had some form of telepathy at some point, because I was going to make a video and then discovered he had made a video on the same topic.
How to destroy your reputation. All this loved YouTuber destroyed his reputation. Who is this? 2 weeks ago?
With the same things I was going to say.
Here's a little bit of lore. I used to react to Internet Anarchist, right? Like, we used to react to him quite often, right? Up until one of my videos actually had gotten taken down, not by him, but it was a video I reacted to from him, which was about EDP. And YouTube had determined that my video would have been harassment. I appealed it, I made a post about it on Twitter, I tagged the Internet Anarchist about it. And he just responds, why would you tag me? They're gonna take my video down too. Like... what? I don't know. That one rubbed me the wrong way. Like, it was his video, that's why I tagged him. Right? Like, I don't know. It rubbed me the wrong way, personally, so I personally stopped watching him. Like, before that, he actually had helped me out with something. Where I had an issue that I got Insta copyright claimed from a video that he made about someone that copyright claimed people. But he wasn't copyright claimed on that. So I talked to him about it, but I decided to ultimately cut that part out of the video. And then he was nice about it, but that one was just like... bro, sorry? I'm just a smaller creator. I didn't even have 50k subscribers at this point. I don't know, I had like 20k, maybe 25. I don't know. Was just mean. It's just like, why would you tag me? They're gonna take my video down for. No, your video is okay. What do you? I don't know. It was. Yeah, that wasn't really nice. Either way, I don't know. It's just I stopped watching his videos because of that, but that's just me issue, I guess.
I swear he has a keylogger on my PC, and I know who you used to be, Anarchist. You used to be a TF2 degen. But anyway, no hard feelings. But SunnyV2's editing style, thumbnails, sometimes even his tone of voice, and those white particles he used to use in his videos, have inspired a lot of other content creators here on YouTube, and some others have just straight up replicated it. There's even a tutorial to edit like SunnyV2.
I need to make a SunnyV2 video style then. Oh my god, I gotta do that just for the memes. I don't know.
His videos have gone to the point where people that aren't involved with every drama or controversy or the inner web of YouTube in general, I'm refraining from using the word normie, but they all tune in to see what topic he'll cover next, leading to many of his videos getting a lot of attention. There's many reasons why Sunny saw this success from his content. It could have been down to the specific topics he covered, some being viewed as niche.
Oh, speaking of this one right here.
It could have been down to the specific...
It wasn't this video specifically, but it was one of the videos about, what's his name? Nikado Avocado. one of the videos about Nikado Avocado. Like, SunnyV2 dropped the video one day before Nikado Avocado revealed his master plan. It's I think it was pre-arranged that they talked about it. I do believe that. Yeah.
Specific topics he covered, some being viewed as niche, or his captivating editing style, or producing these seemingly high quality videos every week, or all of the above. But I imagine it must be absolute torture using Adobe After Effects to make his videos. Every time I use it, I feel like I'm driving a car with an unborn fetus as a steering wheel. No thank you, I will stick with my Premiere Pro, which induces anger issues every time I accidentally move a panel and it just vanishes to the temporal realm, or just...
Yeah, I never got into After Effects. I never got into After Effects at all, like, bro. The other Adobe ones are already way too complicated. Also, mods, can you make a pinned comment to say to refresh on Twitch, please? If people haven't come back yet.
Messes up my entire layout. But the least you could say is SunnyV2's editing style is very captivating. It gets the attention of those little neurons bouncing around in your head. And most of the topics he covered were easily applicable and understandable by most people, even if they aren't that internet savvy or fully informed. But SunnyV2 didn't just spawn out of nowhere and have instant success. He's actually been on YouTube even before he was named SunnyV2. He was actually previously named Might of Sun. This dude really is a boner for astrology. From this previous channel, you can find a recognizable voice, commentating over some old school RuneScape gameplay, showing you some tips and tricks, which compared to his latest videos, for some reason he has a lot more emotion in his voice.
Hi guys, MrBeast here, and this video is going to be a little bit different. We're actually going to be testing...
There's no way that's the same guy! What? Wait, where's this depressor voice? What?
Testing whether or not you get better XP rates when you're making the effort.
This was from 2015 to 2016, as he would eventually give up making RuneScape videos, apparently due to interest in other games. This is where we finally saw the name SunnyV2, where he supposedly live streamed and uploaded Fortnite videos with his face cam on. Now I say supposedly because he would start unlisting and deleting these videos, because he wasn't going to be known for his Fortnite or RuneScape videos. He would instead be known for his documentary and commentary.
I think that's fair though. Like I used to make like League of Legends videos that I have like completely like just taken down because I don't want to have that anymore. I don't want to deal with that anymore. I don't make that content anymore, right? So I can absolutely understand not wanting to have the same, like the old content you used to make up. Like it's like when I look at them, they're so cringe. I just don't want to look at it.
Videos, something he would start uploading in March of 2020, with his first video being about Buggy 2988. And after some success from that video, he would continue uploading similar videos, eventually hitting 100,000 subscribers in July of the same year. Once again, in some of his earlier content, his voice was a lot less monotone. He gave his opinion a lot more often on the topics he was covering. He actually implemented his own face a lot into his content and threw jokes in there as well. He would later phase this out of his content either to make it seem more professional or for the focus of the video to be the editing and the topic itself. Believe me, if you look at one of his earlier videos compared to one of his latest, it's very much polarizing. He also...
Interesting. I think that's fine too. Like, absolutely. I think the guy just found his passion for what he wanted to do.
Didn't directly engage with his fanbase or even collaborate with any other YouTubers. But these changes and characteristics worked in his favour. He eventually reached 1 million subscribers in 2022 and then 3 million by the end of the same year. His content was everywhere and was receiving a lot of attention, but this increase in attention did not come without its fair share of controversy. His most prominent being the Ava Chris Tyson video, where he talked about how they would be a big problem for MrBeast in the future, and some believed
I think Asma reacted to that, and I watched Asma react to that. I don't think I've watched this video myself.
He framed the video in a way that them transitioning was a bad thing for MrBeast, of which everyone then promptly threw their fecal matter at SunnyV2, including MrBeast himself, and he was labelled
and guess what happened later?
transphobic. due to this situation and apparently misgendering somebody in a previous video. In response, Sunny basically did nothing. He kept the video up but just changed the title from "Why Chris Will Soon Be a Nightmare for MrBeast" to "How Will the Chris Tyson Situation Impact MrBeast?"
Honestly, that's the best way you deal with drama. You don't address it, ever. Unless, of course, you have done shit and you should apologize for it, right? But, like, at one point, people are gonna get tired of being upset and will just move on to the next thing they're going to be upset about. It's just how it is.
And didn't even acknowledge all the hate he was getting. But the former title would be somewhat correct. And I don't know if he had a crystal ball when he was making that title, because like a year later, there was in fact a controversy that seriously affected MrBeast, primarily sourced from Ava Chris Tyson and their involvement with people like Shadman, and some other weird things they did. Of which, after this happened, everyone returned to that SunnyV2 video, basically saying he was correct, and people even made memes about it.
They called me a madman. And what I predicted came to pass.
Some of the top comments changed from people calling him transphobic and critiquing the video to people showing support for him. Another common criticism he also faces, and why some people also don't like his content, was down to when he was covering topics. Some saying he only looked at the surface layer of them, and most of the time...
I heard that criticism a lot, actually. Which I think... his videos, they're short form, right? Like 10 minutes is not that long for a documentary. And I think for what it is fine. Like, if you want to have a more in-depth summary of what's happening, watch a longer video. That's my opinion.
Only focusing on the negative parts while making it seem significantly worse than it actually was. Common examples used are, for example, his ninja video, where he basically said he's a dead creator now when he's still a well-known name to this day, just not at his peak when Fortnite was popping off.
Yeah, all it is that he fell off compared to what he used to be.
But once again, he is still doing well for himself, and people stated as such in the comments. Another example is his video on Paddy Pimblett, basically saying he had ruined his reputation and possibly his career, but it was only somewhat of a lull in his career, and he's doing fine now. I still can't get that one video of him singing "Where's Your Head" out of my head. And
I mean, people have also said MrBeast's career is over, and look at him, he's still here, he's still flourishing, he's still making money and making other people money. People will always be like, cancelled, they're over, it's done. And they will bounce back anyway, because cancellation just doesn't end. I don't think it's a fault of Sunny, it's just the fault of like how the internet is and how people are attracted to certain topics and how clickbait in the end works.
Another video that I wouldn't even call a premature ejaculation. It was quite literally spawn camped even when it was still a thought in his head. And that was the Nico Carter avocado video, saying he basically ruined his health and it was essentially downhill from there, of which 2 days later Mr. Avocado would post his infamous
they planned this. Tinfoil hat on, they planned this. There is no way this wasn't planned. There is no way this was not planned. None. I don't believe that this is a coincidence.
Steps ahead video showing his dramatic and honestly impressive weight loss.
Good for Nico Avocado, man. Like, honestly, good for him.
And within 2 days, the SunnyV2 video aged like a milk kettle in summer heat. But to be fair, unfortunately, Sunny can't tell the future. Yes, some of his videos have not aged well. He does make things more dramatic in his videos than they really are. Some of his videos he's made in the past occasionally do miss additional information, and some can be labelled as objectively wrong, like with the Skeppy video. I think he even responded to it and then deleted it. And some people didn't like his latest video, the Plants vs Zombies one, and he does sometimes focus on the negative aspects of these topics, but that's somewhat...
I thought the Plants vs Zombies one is fine, but that is me as an outsider who doesn't know anything about Plants vs Zombies, so...
of a norm here on YouTube. You better have a fucking deviated eye, because I hope you're not looking at me when I said that. But either way, people still really enjoyed his content, and still to this day he sees consistent viewership across all of his videos. They're compact, straight to the point, and visually pleasing. It's probably why a lot of people binge his videos. But recently there has been some concern from SunnyV2 fans. I know. Peak unemployment, as the weekly uploads have stopped. As of right now, it's been 3 months since he uploaded. And knowing my luck, by the time I upload this, he would have returned. So please stay away for like another few months, Sunny. But he
There's no new Sunny
kind of just
video.
disappeared. And in his absence, a lot of people have been theorizing why he left. And once again, it's only been a few months. But because Sunny is characterized to be very to himself, and he doesn't use any form of social media for his channel, there was no announcement or update regarding this app.
I hate you all. I'm not going to upload anymore so I can tend to my deep broken addiction. Gacha gaming, anime waifus, a big abobas.
Which has led people to suggest the absolute worst. And some of these claims are something. And I thought some of these were very interesting, so I thought we'd talk about some of them today. But what do people think happened to SunnyV2?
What do you guys think? Burnout? Might be, honestly. Like, producing videos like this for once a week? That's gonna be a lot of dedication to do. That's probably my best guess too, burnout. Let's see what they have to say about it.
Here's the unremarkable downfall of some unknown YouTuber by speaking like a mentally challenged newsreader.
Yeah, people loved
What the fuck was that?
SunnyV2 so much and his content, they have grown concerned to the point where they are theorizing what happened to him. It's kind of similar with what happened to Corey Kenshin. He went on a hiatus for longer than a year, and people were concerned where he went, but it turns out he was just doing his own project. But SunnyV2 has been gone for at most 3 months now, and all of his fans are crafting wild theories, and as of making this, there are hundreds of videos basically saying he's given up or dead. But I think the most realistic theory is that he's just taking a break. He uploaded videos with high quality editing every week for years. The process was probably so tedious it probably took him 2 days just to get the first 4 minutes of a video fully edited. Praying to God that his editing software doesn't fail and he loses all the progress for that day, and then later develops PTSD saving every 4 fucking minutes.
Sounds a little bit personal. Sounds just a little bit personal.
Because he doesn't want to repeat the equivalent of the Red Dead Redemption starting snow mission again. Yeah, been there, done that. But yeah, he's probably just taking a break. Some people do need to calm down. He uploaded every week for years, so it's only natural he would eventually face things like burnout. Especially when you've only been staring at video editing software and trying to come up with ideas every week, scraping the insides of your brain. And don't get me wrong, it is still easier than a 9 to 5. Acting like you love your job and love speaking to people is definitely worse than anything I just described. But Sunny will probably be back soon, or maybe he's made his money and he's done. Which is quite rare here on YouTube and in content creation in general. Like, you have people like Moist Critical, Kai Senna and XQC and many more that have made their money and could retire any time. Probably their whole
They're just doing it for the love of doing it though, yeah.
bloodline for the next 5 centuries. But they don't, either for the love of content creation, or they have general anxiety around how much money they need to have. But if we were to take a philosophical angle, what do you do with your life when you've retired 30 to 40 years early? Like, that is supposed to be endgame shit.
Like, start traveling, maybe?
What do you do with yourself then? Yeah, you could travel all around the world and live carefree, but what is going to motivate you to get out of bed in the morning? Or just motivate you in general? I think sometimes things like a job,
I don't know, family, a partner, animals,
or hobby
farming,
give our life
sure.
meaning more than we think it does. Even if we hate to do it, it's still some objective. And without any goals or objective, life gets somewhat confusing. And that's probably why some people that have already made enough money keep working and keep making content. Yeah, we got a bit too philosophical there for a completely brain-dead topic. But don't worry. What gets me out of the bed in the morning is pissing off War Thunder players and spreading the gospel that is how bad VR chat is. But maybe SunnyV2 made his money and is working on something else that gives him more purpose.
So you're holding an AC? Oh yeah, I feel that. I feel that so hard. Yeah, my emotional support AC.
and he won't upload ever again, or he's working on a project like Corey Kenshin, or, stay with me now, he's just taking a break. He probably hasn't been assassinated,
No.
probably hasn't been killed by Australia's smallest arachnid, and most probably right now is probably spamming old school RuneScape. But probably one of the most interesting theories I saw crafted was the Church of Scientology had something to do with it, since it was
What?
mentioned in one of his latest videos. The Church of Scientology is a religion that believes that humans are immortal spiritual beings, or thetans trapped in physical bodies and experiencing a series of past lives. I do not know a lot about it, but just from reading that, it sounds like multiple isekais.
It's something, alright? It's something. It's a lot of bullshit.
But the Church of Scientology, I'm pretty sure, has churches everywhere in most countries, and there's been weird stories of things like brainwashing to turn you to their religion, and they have great influence in the world, but I don't think any of that has been proven, but Tom Cruise is a part of it, if that helps. But some people joked that Scientology had something to do with SunnyV2's disappearance. If that is true, Umperville is next, and I have nothing to do with either of them. I think Scientology is cool. If anybody finds my body...
I take back what I just said. That was just a joke. That was just... It's great. Actually, can I join?
It wasn't an accident, just so you know.
Be well, and do try and avoid the tragic path of the sot that led me to my present infirmities and spiritual woes.
So in conclusion, we went over the past of SunnyV2. We looked at some of the common critiques of his content in the past, and I can predict he's just fine, probably taking a break and he'll be back soon, just calm down. If that isn't true and someone is about to flash a news article about him with the Curb Your Enthusiasm theme, just do it now.
Oh my god.
I probably deserve it. But in other news, I would just like you all to know, you're all losers, and I completed Spore quite recently. Yes, it was a hard journey with many trials and difficulties, but I did it. But yeah, that's all I had to say, and bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
So SunnyV2.
Yeah. I wonder where he went. Probably burnout. Probably. I hope. I hope it doesn't have anything to do with Scientology. I really do. And if it does, Scientology is great. Please don't hurt me. I believe in you. We're all Thetans.